Hello, welcome to my APWH History Preview. Today we're talking about South Asia and Southeast Asia, mainly India and Indonesia. We start from the Silk Road and Spice Roads. The silk come from the worm that eat mulberries from trees that originate in China, and the Han Chinese opened the Silk Road in the 2nd century for Eurasian trade, and the Ottoman Turks closed it in the mid-15th century after they conquered Constantinople. Because the silk only originated in China, so for a long time it's been considered as a luxury good for European people and Arabian merchants. And most of the spices like cinnamon, pepper, ginger, nutmeg, and all other located in Spice Islands, which is today's Indonesia. So the Dutch converted the archipelago and the merchants traveled to Indies for money. To talk about Southeast Asia, we need to know some religion stuff. The Hinduism is one of the oldest religion, and it is polytheistic. Their holy texts include the Veda. They believe in samsara, the cycle of life and death, which is reincarnation. Atma is soul. Moksha is escape from the material world. Brahma is God. Karma is good luck or fortune. Hinduism have a rigid social structure hierarchy called the caste system. The Dharma is ethics, duties, and Sattva is enlightenment. The Bhaktis emphasize devotion to one god among the many. The most important gods and goddesses include Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the protector.
Now welcome to the Gupta Empire. The Gupta Empire is known as the golden age of classical era of Indian history. The Gupta's empire were Hindu but also welcome Buddhist. They are also patrons of art and architecture. The Aryabhata is a mathematician, defined 0 and pi. The chess is also invented during this period of time in India. Similar to the civil war in Japanese history that deposed the emperor, the Gupta dynasty devolved into warring families which could not unify the country for centuries. After the Gupta Empire, there are basically 3 empires we need to know. The first is the Delhi Sultanates. In the 13th century, Muslim forces conquered Delhi and established the Delhi Sultanates. They developed a new language, which is the Urdu. They did not have an efficient bureaucracy like the Chinese in East Asia, and they struggled to maintain support when they taxed to non-Muslim. There is no much thing you need to know about the Chola dynasty, but you definitely need to know the Vijayanagar Empire. So 2 brothers, Harihara and Bukka, converted from Hinduism to Islam for upward social mobility. They conquered the central part of India for the Delhi Sultanate, and then they converted back to Hinduism and founded the Vijayanagar Empire. In India, at northern part, which is originally Delhi Sultanate, is more likely to be Muslim, and at southern part, that is more likely to be Hinduism. Also, women often converted to Muslim after their husband converted, and some Hinduist believer converted to Muslim because they want upward social mobility. Indians did fight off invaders like Mongols longer than their neighbor country, but by the 16th century, they all lost control to the Mughals, relatives of the Mongols. Ibn Battuta is a late 14th century Muslim Moroccan explorer. He traveled to India and around the East African coast. He traveled farther than Italian explorer Marco Polo and Chinese explorer Zheng He. He recorded the Indians' cultural, language, costume, and food during his travel. Now we come to our last part of today's class, Other Empire in Southeast Asia. The Srivijaya Empire is Buddhist. They charged fees for ships traveling between India and China and thus built up their military. The Majapahit Empire were Buddhist and Hindu but eventually converted to Muslim. They controlled the river and sea roads. The Sinhala dynasty built reservoirs and canals for network irrigation. They were Buddhist. The Khmer Angkor Empire converted from Hinduism to Buddhism, and they have a greater system of drainage to save crops from monsoons. They were conquered by the Sukhothai Kingdom.